Ain't nothing wrong with you, just remember you're special. Feeling hopeless and alone, just remember there's always God there to be there to help you. Put in effort, make mistakes, no one on this earth is perfect. Trials and tribulations both in life are guaranteed, but in the end it's all worth it. I'm hoping and I'm praying this is something relatable and the words are beneficial when someone out there can understand what I'm saying. Mind, muscle, motivation. Let's stop playing. Share it with the nation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we're going to stop all that. Welcome to Mind, Muscle, Motivation. Again, that's Mind, Muscle, Motivation. Like, subscribe, share. We about motivating the mind, the body for the price of one. If you are looking for the muscle motivation, check out the shorts that I've made over the years, the ones that I previously made, the one that I'm currently making. Don't just watch, listen, pay attention. Don't just watch, listen, pay attention. I'm very fascinated with the mind motivation right now, and I'm just trying to put out these videos. I'm trying to build a community. I'm trying to make videos where people can relate, where we can all just try to, put in the work with the suggestions on how to live a more better equipped life. Mind, muscle, motivation. Today, right now, I wanted to try to discuss the power of making decisions and how it can possibly change your life. It can possibly change your life. I always try to use myself as an example because I'm not trying to offend anyone and I'm not trying to embarrass anyone. So right away, I want to use myself as an example. Now, I didn't stop trying to pursue football until the age of 27. I've always kept it in my mind. I've always thought it was a possibility. Now, how things turned out, obviously, it didn't happen. And as I reminisce on the journey, I now, as I've stated before, I now have a hard time dealing with seizures every single day. And it's not the seizures where you're foaming at the mouth. Those are the ones I used to have, but I have little episodes where I just lose all process of thought, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, what I'm talking, and it's hard. It's very hard. But when I think back on the journey of football, I always tell myself, what if I got hit in the head? What if the episodes I'm now having could have ended my life, getting hit in the head, during football? That what if always jumps into my mind. So what I'm trying to get at is that when things don't go your way, you don't have to decide that your life is over. You don't have to decide to live in self-pity, that you can't do anything else with your life. There's always, and I mean always, other things to do. There's always other journeys that you can take. There's always different careers that you can create. And there's always different achievements that you can make and earn. So I didn't live in self-pity. Do I always think about what if I could have been in football? Well, of course. Of course. Some people can try to joke around that I can still be in it now. But again, I just always think about, what if the illness, whatever you want to call it, I don't even want to call it that, but what if the current state of health that I'm in now, what could have happened? And for an even more better analogy, people who don't have any limbs, or even for better context, what about our elders who are 70, 80 years old? I mean, they can let their body just completely go down, but they don't. They made a decision that they're going to continue to stay active. They're going to continue to keep that blood flow and stretch. They have Olympic things They have Olympic runners that are like 80, 90 years old. I mean, they have 80, 90-year olds that look like they should be at least maybe 70 or 60. I mean, they completely shedded 10, 20 years off the physicality, off the overall just look by staying active and making that decision, making that choice every single day. So, what I'm trying to say is when you make a decision, especially a decision of a very big magnitude, you got to stand on it. You got to draw that line not in sand but in cement. In cement. Decisions, they can absolutely change your life. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like to I like to think about people that are in relationships, people that are married. I like to think about that and how I always hear a bunch of people that I'm staying for the kids. And a lot of times making that decision, you hurt the child more than, helping because they see that you aren't happy. They see that you are living in a toxic relationships and some people have they haven't decided, but a lot of people you can see that they don't feel like the relationship is in good health unless there's arguments. They're always suspicious of things and a lot of times that's not a decision they made, but it's something that they are settling for. And you don't have to, you can make a decision to be completely opposite of that. You only live once. Let's take a few seconds to realize that you only live once. Do y'all understand? I'm not playing. God, you only live once. I've personally made the decision to try to be happy. And I say try because I'm completely under the influence of these people who have such impact on the world. That's the people I like to follow. That's the people that I like to be. Um, that's the people that I like to be influenced by and motivated by from time to time. And it can make you at war with yourself, and that's why I always try to distance myself from social media. But I just want to be happy with the life that I have because every day it's a struggle. It's a struggle within my inner self, and sometimes it's a struggle with just bills. And I mean, you guys know. And for my youngins, listen, for my youngins out there, this is for you personally. Listen, if you're not liked, it's a cliche, but if you are not liked, you are absolutely doing something right. People are threatened by you. They see something in you. They see that glow that you don't know yet. And if you're an athlete, don't you dare dim your shine for other people and their insecurities. Don't you dare dim it. You make that decision. You hear it from me, you hear it from others, and you write it down. You look at it every single day. You make that decision to keep your foot on whatever neck, school. Like I said, if you're an athlete, you just keep on grinding. You make that decision right here and right now if you haven't already. Make that decision. If you are even the slightest bit of talented in any area, you make that decision to see what can come out of it. Just make that decision. You have nothing to lose. And look, there's going to be work in whatever it is that you do. So why not work on yourself when you're in school? And sometimes you got to get a little sniff of the life that you could possibly have. Just get a little taste of it. And if it's not what you want, you make that decision to try to do something else, to try to do something more. Make that decision if you haven't already. And I promise you, it will change your life. Absolutely. And you don't have to live in what if, like I just said a few minutes ago. You don't have to think about what could have happened if you would have done this, if you would have had more confidence, and if you would have just decided to keep working, to keep grinding, to keep your head down and just see what could come out of it. The possibilities are absolutely endless. Lord have mercy, the possibilities are absolutely endless. Absolutely. And another thing for my youngins, don't make a decision for the don't make a decision because of how you see it'll impact your parents. And I know it's hard. Trust me, I know. We all know. We were all kids. We were all teenagers. And it's hard when you see your parents and their happiness and their joy when it comes to maybe a certain sport, when it comes to a certain, just career. And you see how much impact, positive impact it has on them. Don't make a decision to try that certain type of area just for them and their approval. Please don't. You just have to make a decision about what really excites you, what keeps you at night, what makes you want to work hard and push yourself, what makes you want to have competition with yourself, and make that decision just to keep on pursuing, to keep on working, to keep on grinding, and just see what comes out of it. I promise you, you have nothing to lose. And I keep saying for my youngins, but I mean, now that I think about it, this goes for all ages. We as people have to decide. Again, you only live once. We don't have to stay in that little box that we put ourselves in. We can think outside the box. And one thing that speaking of boxes, thinking outside the box, an analogy for that is for the people who are so content living in a town, living in the area that they're in. And again, trust me, I know we as people, as parents, we can't just up and leave and go somewhere. And we got to save, we got to do all that. I know, blah blah. But it always just blows my mind how some people have just decided that they're going to be where they're at. They're going to stay content. They're going to stay in the comfort zone of the town that they're in. This is a decision that I've made since I was young. The world is a absolutely humongous place. I've made a decision that I'm going to do any and everything I can to travel. I made the decision that I'm not just going to continue to wake up every day to the monotony of what I do and what I see. I made a decision on my way to work that there's more to what I'm doing, that whatever I'm doing isn't who I am. It's just what I do. I made that decision personally that I'm going to continue to stay positive because there's more out there than to what you wake up to every single day. I made that decision a long time ago. And don't ask me what caused me to make that decision, but I made it. And I'm not going to unmake it. Decisions can change your life, people. And you know what? Even if I don't accomplish traveling the world every day, again, I made the decision that that's what I'm going to use as fuel. That's what I'm going to use to get myself out of bed just because of the possibility. There's always a possibility, people. The simple fact that making a decision will create a possibility for you, that absolutely blows my mind. And there's so boy, this is sad, but there's so many talented people out there, and they're just watching other people who have made a decision and who's putting in the time, who's putting in the work, who's putting in the effort. They're just watching. And there's enough for us all out there. And there's not ever a person who's so talented that you can't do anything that they do. There's never a person as such other than God, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Everybody on this earth can do something that the most talented person that we see and that we think can do. And that's only ever seen if we put in the decision. Sometimes we make a decision on other people that we should be making on ourselves. Now that's the crazy thing about life. We will make a decision for someone else that we should be making for ourselves. Again, that's the sad thing about life, but we've all done it. Me myself, I've done it. I'm probably still doing it, and I've gotten so used to it. But um, decisions, people, decisions can change your life. Um, the the words, people, the words and the stories, the conversations. There's just not enough. There's just not enough. There's not enough that I can say. There's not enough that I can compare and contrast. But decisions don't have an age limit. They don't have a gender. They don't have a day. They don't have a month. They don't have a year. Decisions can be made just like that. And when you make a decision, things can change just like that from making a decision. In the I think the most positive, beautiful thing about decisions is that once you make a decision, you can look back and be absolutely baffled that you did whatever you decided. And that's the strength of our minds, and that's the beautiful thing about making decisions. You can tell yourself you're going to do this and just do it. Don't think about the what ifs at that current moment. Don't think about any negative thing. You just decide. And then boom, bow, just like that. So this is the I guess minimum short video on the power of making decisions and how it can absolutely change your life. Just think about it. Just think about it. Try to put it into your life and just try to make it a part of your life. That's all I ask in these videos. That's the whole point. It's just talking about suggestions and making it a part of your life. And every day, just decide to try. Decide to try. This is Mind Muscle Motivation. Again, Mind Muscle Motivation. I ask that you like, subscribe, and share. Let's get these videos out. Let's build a community. Let's build a community, you, me, us, and let's continue to be absolutely obsessed with progress and getting better. And it's all about the journey. What we become during the journey, that's the beautiful thing of it all. So until next time, stay blessed, continue to work, continue to grind, continue to get better. We out. Peace.